must write this down.
So, yes, if you should have your notes out because this is the only easy one I'm doing. The rest of them, this is the type of problem that will be on the test, okay? Something like this. The ones that are on the back of your homework sheet, there won't be those kind of problems on this quiz today.
Sure, can we use our notebook?
No, can't use your notes. Sorry.
Cry.
I know. Sorry.
I
All right. So, what we're going to talk about, these are called number word problems. I didn't put the title up here. They're called number word problems. Okay? And everything, so many word problems sort of are encompassed under this because once you understand this technique, I can start throwing things like angles. One angle is two more than 3 times the other. You know, together they are complementary. You know, find the angles. You can do all sorts of things that are very similar to these. As long as you understand this approach, you can do a lot of other kind of word problems. Okay, so this is the simpler one. I'm going to just do one of these quickly for a few of you, and then I'm going to go into the harder ones, which are not harder. They're just fun. They're really fun, and you'll see what I mean. One number is 10 less than another. Okay, so Victoria and Rebecca. This number is 10 less than this number. Can you tell that this number is the foundation? This number is based on whatever this number is, right? Because this is 10 less than this number. So you got to know what this number is first, right? Well, we're going to make that number x. You always make that number that's like the second one there. That's x. So I have my first number is x. I don't know what it is, so I got to make an x. You always make something an x when you don't know what something is, right? And then my second number, this number, one number is 10 less than this number. So how could I write my second number?
X minus 10.
Does that make sense to you guys? This second number is 10 less than. Now look how we put the minus 10 after the x. And I put the x's in a column, the same column, right? So now, then it says their sum is 14. Sum means what? Add them together. So we're going to do this. We're going to draw a line. I'm going to put a plus sign. I have x plus x is 2x. And then I have minus 10. So minus 10. And that's the sum. And that sum, they said, is equal to 14. So I can put a equals 14 right here. Does that make sense to you guys so far?
And then you're going to end up with the numbers being 7 and negative 3, right?
Until I figure it out, I can't answer that question. So I'm going to add 10 to both sides, add 10, and then I have 2x is equal to 24. Am I right? And then I'm going to divide by 2, divided by 2, x is equal to 12. Is that what you just said?
Oh, no. I got it wrong.
So, but where did you go wrong? Did you get this part?
I think that I got...
Did you get to this part right here?
I only got 2 variables.
Oh,
I forgot to do the minus 10 part.
Oh,
I thought
You
that
probably
you did
did
the
x
minus
and-
10 at the end. That's what I thought.
Oh,
you
okay.
did, but
all right.
But
But do you
then-
see that now?
Yeah.
This first sentence, you've got to immediately incorporate all of that into your first 2 numbers. So one number is 10 less than another is x, and this other one is x minus 10. Whenever you see 10 less than or 10 more than, you always put that at the end, far to the right. Look at that. It's to the right of less than something. You got to put the something first. It's weird. You got to put this first and then minus 10, right? Don't do 10 minus this. Don't do 10. That's what a lot of people do. They'll say, oh, the second number is 10 minus x, because it says 10 less than another. But that's not what it is. It's the other and then minus 10, right? Yes?
So wait, why is it 2x instead of 1x? 'Cause-
Because I'm adding these two together,
Yeah, but
right?
Where does the first x come from?
That is the first number. There's 2 numbers, right? One number is 10 less than another, so I've got 2 numbers. So my
that's
first
2x.
number is x. My second number is x minus 10. Because it says this number is 10 less than this number.
Okay, so yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And so then I add them together. This is 1x plus 1x equals 2x's, right? And then, anyways, so that's it. So then I have to figure out, that's my numbers. The numbers are 12 and it says their sum is 14. What's 14 minus 12? 2, right? So 12 and 2. Those are my answers. Right? Fist to 5? Everybody gets it? Do you two understand it? Does that make sense? Okay. They're pretty easy. Pretty easy. Okay. So once you get used to it.
I think I got all of them wrong, Simon.
Okay. But so you have to set them up. So that's all. So, like, can I erase this? Is that okay? Yes, we can do 3. Okay, I'm going to just leave the words up there. What time is it? We're fine. Okay, so 3. One number is 8 more than another number there. Sum is 32. Their sum is 32. So one number is 8 more than another. Another is x. So my first number is x. My second number is 8 more than x. So I write the x first, and then I do my plus 8. And it says their sum. That means I'm going to add them together. So I have 2x plus 8 is equal to 32. Right? Subtract 8 from both sides. 2x is equal to 24. Divide by 2. God, this is the same answer. X is equal to 12. All right.
This is number 3.
This is number 3. Sorry. Now we're on 3. Sorry. And then I'm going to just subtract 12 from this to get 0 to 20. So my other number, so the numbers are 12 and 20.
Oh wait, I thought that you I thought that you add 8 to 12 because it said the other variable is x
Oh.
plus 8.
Oh yeah, that's another way to do it. 12 plus 8 would be 20, or the total minus 12 would be 8. See what I'm saying? Either way works. Yes.
Well, okay, if x is 12, then... Never mind.
So 12 plus 20 is 32. That works. See what I mean?
Can we go over 1? I feel like I did something wrong. I don't know why.
All right, I'm doing this because I know we have this quiz, and I want to make sure you guys do well. All right, so I'll just do that. I'll do the 1 too. 1 as well. All right, so this is number 1 now. But really the lecture is on the others, right? So one number is 8 more than the, wait a minute, sorry, what is 1? One number is 4 times as large, is 4 times, it doesn't say more than, it says 4 times as large as, 4 times as large as another. I'm not writing the whole thing, okay?
Oh.
It's 4 times as large as another. We'll just say 4 times another. That works. Their sum is 35. So, another, you guys agree with me, is x, right? So my first number is x. My second number is 4 times the first number, 4x, right? So 4x, that's it. There's no plus 2 or anything like that, because it's not x plus 4, it's 4 times x, right? And it says their sum, if I add them together, how many x's do I have? 5x is equal to 35. Divide by 5, x is equal to 7. Take 7 away from that, or add 4, well, sorry, wait a minute, it's 4 times. No, multiply. And so I can go back to this. Once I get my x equal to 7, the easiest thing to do is go back here. X is 7.
28, right?
So that x becomes 7. So one number is 7. The other is 4 times 7.
28.
28, right?
Oh, I got it
Right?
right.
You can
So I
always
thought
go
I
back
got
to
it.
these original things to find your answer, right? X is 7, 7. Boom. X is 7, 4 times 7. Boom.
What do we
Right.
put on our homework? If
So the numbers are 7 and 28.
Okay, so do we put a 5 even though I didn't do the back because I just couldn't?
No. Let's see. I don't know.
I have no idea.
Don't worry about
what
it.
to do.
Just I'll figure it out when you turn it. So okay, now let's look at the harder ones. Because the harder ones are not that much harder.
Oh, should I
Once
just
you
copy along what
understand-
you do?
I would say, yeah, however you want to do it.
Okay.
I just think you should have it in your notes. At least one of these in your notes, right? So let's say let's do a hard one. Let's do,
These aren't gonna be on the test though. right?
no. Let's do number 7. All right, number 7. So this is what the lecture really was going to be about. Number 7, something like this. So it says one number is 10 less than another. Okay, that immediately tells us what our two numbers are going to be set up as. And then it says, I'm going to just use numbers, is that okay? 3 times the larger is equal to 6 times the smaller decreased by 6. Okay, so find the numbers. Okay? So this should be in your notes. You should get your notebook out. Right? Because this is the only, I'm only doing one for you to put in your notebook, right? You don't have to put all of them in your notebook, but you should have one in there. So let's look at it. The first sentence is just like all the others. So one number is 10 less than another. Another is x. So my first number is x. So what is my second number, Rebecca? It says one number is 10 less than another. X minus 10. Exactly. You always start with the x, the another, and then minus 10. Great. Now, and then it says 3 times the larger. Oh my gosh, but we don't know which one's larger. Violet, how would I figure that out?
Well, if you put parentheses around it and then put 3 on the outside, you can do distribute.
Okay, but how would I know which one? That's true, and how, that's totally true. We're going to use that. But how will I know which one's larger? Yeah.
The one that has the bigger number.
Yeah, but which one is going to be bigger?
The first one,
Why the first one, Weston?
because it's subtracted by.
Oh, do you think that's right? Does that make sense to you, Violet?
I was going to say the second.
Yeah. So this, if that said x plus 10, this would be larger. But it says x minus 10, so this is now smaller. So this is actually larger. So since I know that, I'm going to circle this one, and I'm just going to quickly put larger here, just so that I don't forget which one's larger. Okay? Then it says 3 times the larger. So that means, now this is where this is the trick, okay, with these problems. So everybody needs to focus and look up here for a second. Eyes up here. I'm going to go one word at a time, or one group of words at a time. And I'm going to underline them, and then I'm going to write them as part of my equation. Right? But it's literally, every word stands for something, and it's in the proper order for writing it out. It says 3 times the larger. All right, how do I do that?
3 times x.
3 times x, the larger is x. 3 times x is the same as 3x. All right, so I've just underlined that. And I really recommend you underline these, because then you will not leave something out. Okay? And then it says is equal to. What do I put for that?
An equal sign?
An equal sign. Great. And then it says 6 times the smaller. What do I put for that? Violet.
The 6 parentheses.
6 times. Times, parentheses always means times. whenever it's a blob like this, more than one term, always put parentheses, 6 times x minus 10, right? Okay, we're almost done. Oh, but there's one last thing. It says decrease by 6. Graham, what would I do there?
Subtract 6.
Subtract 6. Right here, I just subtract 6. Do you see how that equation is exactly the same order as the sentence? Does that make sense? Yes, Aiden. Yes. Does it make sense to you, Henry? Did you write it out?
No.
So did you watch me do that? Okay, so look, did you see me underline that? I said 3 times the larger is 3x. Is equal to 6 times, 6 parentheses, the smaller, decreased by 6. So now I can solve it. I have to use my distributive property. 3x is equal to 6x minus 60 minus 6. Can I combine these?
Yes.
Would it be negative 54?
No.
Which is it? Negative 66 or negative 54? Right, so which one is it?
60.
Yes, it's negative 66. So I have 3x is equal to 6x minus 66. Good job. Now I have my x's on on 2 different sides. So what would you do, Henry, to get rid of get the x's on one side?
Add them together.
How? I got to get them to the other side. So only one way you can get things from one side of an equal sign to the other is you have to add or subtract them. It's the only way.
So you subtract.
So subtract what? Okay, so we're going to subtract 6x. Now watch this, guys. We're going to end up having negatives, and that's okay. But we have 3x's minus 6x's is negative 3x's, right? Is equal to, those cross out, negative 66. Right? Now what do we do? Thorne, what would you do?
You divide
By
negative.
negative 3. Divide both sides by negative 3. Both sides by negative 3. So you have x, the negatives cross out, the 3's cross out, all you have left is x. Over here, the negatives cross out. So all you have left is 3 goes into 6 twice, and 3 goes into the other 6 twice, 22. So my answer, one number is 22. So I come back to my original thing where I have put my first number and my second number. So Violet, are you looking at this?
Yeah.
Okay, look at this. So my first number is 22. X is 22. So my second number is 22 minus 10, which would be 12, right? So we got 22 and 12. So the numbers are 22 and 12. Okay? What time is it? We're doing okay. Do you guys still copying it?
So what should we do with this side? Because I just
So,
copied that one in my notes. So should I be prepared to have like a lot of points taken off?
No, no. I don't think I'm gonna look at those who did them. I'm gonna look at those. I think I'm gonna give you guys all credit apart for the second side. There's another homework today for tonight for the weekend where a lot of them are like this. Okay, so there'll be lots of chance to practice them. Okay, so does that make sense?
So
Fist
you're
of
not even
5.
gonna pick ours up if we didn't. do
Yeah,
that?
I mean, I'm going to pick them. I'm going to pick them up and look at them. I'll look at the page 1 if you didn't do page 2, you know. Fist of 5. Let me just see if you're getting it. Is it making sense? Fist of 5? Okay. So good. So is that enough? Can I give you guys the quiz now? I think that's the way to go.
How long is
I want to be sure you have enough time to do the quiz. So.
How long is the quiz?
Oh, I'm going to turn this off.